of Georgia Tech. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Syracuse Orange, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Yellow Jackets will kick it away to start us off. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Syracuse's offense is on the field for the first time today. It's not often we focus on a matchup quite like this, but David, we have a couple of premier tight ends in this game.
And we've seen it recently, right? Ty Warren last year, Brock Bowers the year before. Like, you can build an offense around an elite tight end, and both of these schools do it. The speed, the playmaking ability, the versatility. Palmer, I bet you wish you had a guy like this you could throw to.
You're right, David. I played with a lot of NFL guys at tight end, but none of them were as dynamic as these two right here. And you're going to see them get the ball in a variety of ways. We're seeing offense change in college football, and one of the biggest reasons is the versatility now at the tight end position, and these are 2 of the best in the entire country.
Now the defense will try to keep them on this end on 3rd and short from the 21. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's Gill. Great move. Now he's got room. It's a seam wide open. He's at the 10. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. The huge play got him on the porch, but now they got a kick in the door. They'll try to get it in with the run. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. After getting knocked back, it's 2nd and goal from the 4. Tries again to get it in. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line. Goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. And this one ought to be nice and easy, a 22-yard attempt. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
Man, these late-night crowds are so much fun. They're so into it, so much energy in this building. And the visiting team drives down the field. Tell you what, drive stalls out a little bit, but they quieted this place a little bit by getting 3 and starting this game off on the right foot.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Yellow Jackets offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the 2nd level of this defense, David.
Well, and this is a big challenge. Like, you're overmatched. You understand that this guy is a top-shelf player, and I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season, but this individual matchup, you got to get him on the ground. You got to find a way to corral him, slow him down. He can't be the game wrecker. If that's the case, it's going to be too easy for this offense.
If you're on offense, you got to be thinking, let's dominate in the trenches and let's get our star running back into the 2nd level against this linebacker. We've got an athletic advantage at that position. So if we can free him up into the 2nd level of this defense, make him make guys miss, those are going to be explosive plays for the offense.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
They go to the ground. Still running at the 40. Gashing the knee on the right. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his spot. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. They'll start this drive with a pass. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. The Orange just need to get some of that yardage back here on second down. Back to pass. Trying to set up the screen. Oh, he's got some space. Oh, what a cut. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. New set of downs after the completion. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Looking downfield on first down. Got his man on the right. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Plays like that, a common sight for Syracuse fans a year ago as Kyle McCord led the nation in passing. The Orange won 10 games, won their highest profile bowl in a quarter of a century. Without McCord, what's the expectation now?
I mean, it was crazy, first of all, what Fran Brown did. Like, to take Syracuse and to make them believe, and then the high-flying offense, but now completely retooling, reloading, like, all the pass catchers at the quarterback spot. So interested to watch this offense and how they put it together, because last year they found an absolute dot.
Breaks free in the middle, and he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Cuse.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. We've had some early scores. They get the ball back, trailing by a field goal, 10-7. They'll give it to the back. Not much. There, he gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Right back to the well. Squirts across the 30 to the 32, a pickup of 5.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule. It makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
We've come to the break, and it's Syracuse on top. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. First play of the period, first down here. Back to throw, it's King. Fires to the right. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. keeping it on the ground with the running back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
He saw just enough daylight to move the sticks and get it done with his legs. The Yellow Jackets are moving quickly down the field. Running back searching for a hole. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. The give to the tailback. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
And the Yellow Jackets will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking for a crease, it's Haynes. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
Well, the defense is able to finally stop this guy, but he has been on fire. We're only in the second quarter, and he has been absolutely lighting it up in this one. Nice job that time, defense, but you know this guy's going to get a lot more carries.
He might want another play. Wants to go up top. He'll take a shot. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And they'll send out the field goal unit. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Looking to throw on first down. Plows through the defense. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Finds his man. It's Gill. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Here comes the heat. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Syracuse will send out the punt team. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Hauls it in, looking for space. He's got great speed. Touchdown, Georgia Tech! Special teams proving to be special. Now that is a play that will get your sidelines into the game with that touchdown.
And you could see once he left everybody in the dust and he was going to the house, the sidelines going nuts. What a big-time play to take the lead. Defense did his job. Special teams coming through in a big way.
Coming out with it, it's Hatcher. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Got his man downfield. They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. He's got the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Grab near the marker. It's Gill. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Got a man. It's James. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling. From the 30-yard line on first down. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Ross. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Fires on the move. Wideout trying to get it in. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they've got it right on the doorstep. And as we get deep in this first half, a first and goal and a chance to take the lead before the break. They want to throw it. Fires to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball a different...
Touchdown, Orange. Fitted in the window for the score.
A really nice job on their final drive of the first half, David. Calm, cool, collected. They had balance. Excellent execution. They're going to take a lead in here at halftime.
It's so much easier to go into half with that positive momentum, that positive juice. Now we can point to what we just did. Great job taking the lead. Now you go make your halftime adjustments.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They'll move the tight end. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's going to fire to the left. He's got it. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
They'll wrap him up, and he didn't find the same kind of running room this time as he did on the previous play. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Just a few seconds to go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal team. That is no good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal. Syracuse has it teed up, ready to kick off and start this second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. They keep it on the ground to open the third. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. The lone back's got it. There he goes. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Now they're going to throw it. Here's the pressure. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down. And now this offense will try to figure out a way to move the chains after that 2nd down incompletion. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
Well, you get the incompletion there on 3rd down. You've still got a half of football basically to play. Do you trust your defense down 1 possession to get it back to give you a shot? If you don't, then you've got to stay out there and you've got to go for this, and you've got to dial up your best play to stay on the field.
Quarterback moving. Fires downfield. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. Lowers those pads. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, Syracuse. The defense does the work itself with a pick six.
And that's going to make the defensive coordinator happy because he's just hoping his defense can get off the field there on fourth down. Just get a stop, get a tackle, bat the ball away. We're going to pick it off, and we're going to take it to the house. Great play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Tough to beat Maction, gentlemen. You know that. And let's take a look at the highlights. Miami is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now. But there's not a soul in Oxford who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Western Michigan. The Maction never sleeps, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know.
Oh, he wants it all. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed.
Coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing.
And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35. The Orange just need to get some of that yardage back here on second down. Looking to fire. That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on fourth down. It's third and long from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Hill. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on third down.
You got to love defense. One of the most statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
The Yellow Jackets can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Dropping back, it's King. Rushes on him. Got his man to the left. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field. So the big gain, all for naught, brought back due to the laundry on the field, and they'll try it again. And here comes the offense on second down. Oh, they're after him. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And quite simply put, you don't see that happen very often against him. He is one of not just the best quarterbacks in the game, he's one of the best players in the game. He's a Heisman Trophy candidate that oftentimes doesn't make mistakes like that. He should have thrown that football away. He decided to try and do too much, and the defense made him pay. They get a massive, massive sack, and this offense loses a ton of yards.
Playing the position game as he makes the fair catch right at the 50. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind it. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, partner.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the big fella. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Down to the 16-yard line. It's 1st and 10. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Fires to the tight end. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. 2nd and goal coming up. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Back to pass on 2nd down. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Cuse. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
Intentional grounding offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Line getting set on 2nd down. Back to pass, it's King. He's going for it all. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously, Trey.
He lets one fly deep. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see if the offense gets a reprieve.
Pass interference. Offense.
So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. This offense has it with really good field position. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground. You can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Slithers into space. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Just a little too much there, a little too handsy, and they nabbed him for the defensive holding penalty. 3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Gill. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. The Orange just need to get some of that yardage back. On second down. Back to pass. Bringing the heat. And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play. The Orange trying to come up with an explosive way to convert this third down. Wants to throw again. Finds his big tight end. He's dragged down at the 12. Chip shot field goal range, but might they go for it here on fourth down? And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just... He's got it down the left side. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Finds his man. It's Haynes. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Well, and here's the problem offensively, because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. He'll pull it down. It's a fumble on the play. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Got to have better ball security on offense. The football possession, that is priceless. Losing.
Turning it on. Picks up the first down, still moving.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
Syracuse, with that legacy of running backs, just ripped off a huge one there. Let's see what they've got this time.
They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Syracuse with a major problem and a long way to go on third down. He's looking deep. Snags it inside the 20. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
On the set.
Syracuse has a really nice drive going.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. We've reached a 2-minute timeout, and in all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Wants to go up top. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a fourth down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And they'll run the field goal unit back out there. This kicker has already banged a couple through. Smashes it between the uprights. And that lead grows.